What's going on, YouTube? Jonathan here. Just wanted to show you some of my macro photography. These are all my pictures right here. Not all of them, but there's definitely a lot of them, including some setups that I've used, my diffusers to capture some of these, different setups I've used in the past, some of which are really difficult to use, but you'll see I've got this is me going out shooting at night. Here's another setup with some diffusers. And anyways, let's get into some of the shots. Here's some of my macro work. This is a white ladybug that was on the rim of a glass. Let's see a nice close-up. And here we have a green lynx spider. You could even see the veins inside. It's pretty cool. What else do we have? I don't know which ones you want me to blow up, so I'm just kind of going through them. Here's a frog's eye. Pretty close up. You can see all the intricate detail and everything. Let's see what else we got. This shot was actually on the cover of a magazine. Actually, no, I'm sorry, it wasn't that shot. Similar shot. This shot. This shot was on the cover of a magazine for the American Bee Journal. I have a couple of those copies at my house. Some close-up of just a flower. This is one of my, oops, wrong one. This is one of my first shots. It's not actually a macro shot, but it was a heavily cropped shot taken with a telephoto lens, backlit by the sun. This shot was also on the cover of American Bee Journal. This is a tarantula hawk on my finger. It was live, crawling around. Didn't sting me, thank God, because I heard they got pretty painful stings, but you can see its wings were pretty shredded. It wasn't flying, so I was able to let it just crawl on me. This is a picture of an indigo snake that's getting ready to shed. That's why its eye is kind of got that blue color. That's a drone bee. It's on a reflective surface. It was actually the tablet that I have that it was on. And this is a praying mantis in my front yard. We sprayed water to make it look like it was raining. Here's a calendar I made. For 2018. That's that bee shot right there. One of my favorite all-time macro shots that I've done. This was shot in my backyard on a lavender flower. Here's another one on the same flowers. Another good shot. Let's see what else. We got a rattlesnake. I altered the colors on this one, but that's a rattlesnake in the grass. Saw that on a hike one day. A pretty cool shot of a leafhopper close up. A lot of detail. What else? There's a spider on my finger, green lynx spider. See the fangs. I heard they're poisonous, but I didn't get bit. One of my favorite spider shots. I shot this indoors at night, actually, in my bedroom, and had a pretty good setup to work with. Anyways, that's some of my shots. Let's go through some of the setups I've used. This is a Canon MPE 65mm macro lens on a Canon 5D Mark II body. It's in bright sunlight. I just use a small round diffuser. Hold that with one hand and then shoot with the other hand. That's one setup I use. You gotta have real bright light for that. Here's another setup I use. You can see this thing's like falling apart. I actually sold these diffusers to somebody, but I built these myself. And a lot of my shots were captured. The lighting is from these diffusers. They work really well. It's just Lee filters. The round part of the diffuser is just a lemonade jar that I bought at a 99-cent store, and I cut them to fit over my twin flashes. And got the black tape is just monster tape, or gorilla tape, I think it's called. And where's another setup of mine? This setup didn't work out too well. Right here the diffusers were kind of garbage, so I think I used them like once or twice. This is a little DIY project I was working on to make my diffuser kind of a little more rigid, which actually worked out pretty well. I think just use some molding wire for that. This is an off-camera flash setup I use. Occasionally, got the Canon 100mm macro lens and some off-camera. It's a 5D Mark IV. Big flash, puts out a lot of light. That works okay for some stuff. That's what I captured this with. It's just the back of the shots like this. And shots like this I did with that setup. And even this shot right here. Although I think that was with a different lens, my MPE 65mm lens. I used this exact setup right here to capture these shots. That's a Mexican beaded lizard. Those are poisonous. That's an indigo snake. Also used that for the spider that was in my backyard one night. This is currently the macro setup that I use. I just cut the tops off of some oil jugs and then lined the inside of the diffusers with some reflective tape and then got Lee filters on the front. And then I tied them off to my lights so they don't fall off. That works out really well. Get some good lighting with that. I get lighting like this right here. Get a lot of good detail, a lot of good light. Same thing with this shot right here. And even shots like this. Here's another setup I've used, but it's really a difficult setup to use just because there's so many things that can go wrong with the joints, the ball sockets and everything right here. It's just not that easy to use. You can get some pretty good shots with it, but a little trickier. It's one of my favorite shots of a green bee. Aga postamon. It's a green metallic bee. Yeah, so anyways, these are older shots. I'm looking forward to getting back into macro photography coming up in 2019. So definitely be checking back for some of my work around that time. We'll see you guys then. Thanks for stopping by.